Welcome back. So in this lesson, we'll continue with the eye and make it look really nice. So one thing I want to do as I'm looking at it here, I feel like it's a little bit small. So I'm going to go to my scale tool, draw out a line and just scale it up a tad. And I don't know if you could see it in the video, but I have these little rings here. Actually, I'm working on the eye. I'm going to use my clay buildup brush to just give it a little bit of dimension. I can hit that with this little bit of smooth. Alright, so we kind of get a feeling of a pupil. I just want to line that pupil up with the pupil on our drawing. And as you can see, the one on the other side got messed up, so I'm going to control drag over the correct eye, go to geometry. In our modify topology, I'm going to mirror and weld. Again, it's going to give me a thing, say whatever, and we're back to eyes, and now our eyes are a little bit more precise. Already feels better. Okay, so first thing we're going to do here is we got our head isolated. I'm going to go back to Geometry HD and Sculpt HD. Okay, and it's going to let me Sculpt HD. Just use my move tool here, smooth this stuff down. Try and get this stuff all smooth. Okay. Get the depth right. This one's a little sticking out a little too far. I'm going to push them in a little bit. And then we'll use this pretty much the same trick. Okay, we use pretty much the same trick that we used on the lips. I'll show you in a second, just after I get these. You could do this stuff later too, but it's bothering me. Alright. So, Damien Standard brush. Just create that edge right there. That was with Alt held down. Did the same thing on the bottom. And without Alt held down, you can kind of do that on the top and on the bottom. There we go. I mean, that's a little stylistic, or stylized. But the point is we got a clean eye. Now we could go in and carve it out a little more. You can even go in, since we have this gap right here, go in with BCL, that's just the clay brush, and just draw that little tear duct right there. Let me try that again. I'm going to decrease my brush size a little bit just to give it that shape. There we go. Nice little tear duct right there. This is obviously, just way too stylized. Take Trim Dynamic brush. Carve these out. Like always in ZBrush, there's a million ways to do things, but I'm hoping to just kind of share enough of them with you guys. If you don't already have these tools, that you can attack this thing in several different ways. But essentially, our eye is in the right place. And now we can play with the shape a little more. And that's the kind of tweaking that takes time. Okay. So our model's looking a little bit burn victim-y here. So I'm gonna actually get out of Sculpt HD and smooth this stuff out. Start smoothing this stuff. Might even go up one level. Or a couple levels. And I want to, so we had this kind of defined cheekbone, but I want to give her more of a feminine cheek. And that's kind of the way I like to do it right there. And a little bit of jaw muscle maybe. If I don't like it, I'll tone it down later. Smooth out the chin. In the next lesson, we'll learn how to do eyebrows and eyelashes.